Hi, how are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. It's incredibly good to see you back in the UK.
It's great to be back in the UK. It's great to be back.
But you've been away for a good reason. You've got a new album.
Yeah, we've been working hard on that, Black Dog Barking, and we finally, we're going to master the thing in 2 days.
Yep.
So we're almost there, and the dates are rolling in. We're doing Donington. We're coming back.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Sonospheres are lining up, and all the festivals are there, and we just can't wait.
Brilliant, that's great. So Black Dog Barking, what can we expect?
Well, it's a rocker. It's going to be a rocker, and it's 10 tracks. It's tight and it's right, and it's a definitive album of the band. It's the most definitive album we've ever done. Like, I mean, as you do every band, as you go along, you learn something more every time you're in the studio, and you learn something every time you write a song. And this time we had more time to dig deeper on the songs, and we really pulled the guts out of what was really down there. There was stuff in the basement, and we pulled it out, and we said, oh fuck, we've never shown the world this before. Let's put it on tape, And with Brian Howes as a producer, he's like us. We love Iron Maiden. He loves Iron Maiden. We love Judas Priest. He loves Judas Priest. We hit it off with him so well, he could literally be a band member.
Yeah.
If we'd met him, he might actually be in the band. He's that kind of guy.
He's the 5th band member.
Yeah, he's like that. In very much a way, it is an example to Bob Rock was to Metallica when they did the Black Album. Those docos where they're really close and they're arguing but they're getting stuff done.
Yeah.
That camaraderie.
We have that feeling like we've got we've had our management for years. We've got our road crew, and we've got
our agents.
We've got all our family, and now we have our record guys.
The guys that produce the records, and we have a producer, and an engineer, Jay. Those guys. So many laughs, so many good times, but always a dedication, 7 days a week to get this thing right.
Yeah, and they understood, obviously, Airbourne.
Yeah, absolutely. We had 2 arguments on this record, and they ended in a positive result.
Yeah.
Everything else was, fuck yeah, that makes sense. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's brilliant. So, where did the idea for the title and the cover art come from?
Well, I guess when early parts of making the album, we sort of worked on the song, and the lyrics are pretty heavy. I guess they draw a line in the sand. They draw a line in the sand. It's either you're either on the side of rock and roll or you're not. Yeah, that's kind of where we just drew the line, and the Black Dog has been obviously an idiom used a lot, especially obviously in the
in England, in English literature.
Especially with Churchill during the darkest days of
when England was cut off from the world, and they had
exiled,
nobody to help them, and
backed
they had
against
to
the
stand
corner
on their own 2 feet.
And they had everything against them, and they fucking drove it back. And that's kind of what we have a lot to sort of relate to that.
We really do. Airbourne. As Airbourne, we come from the other side of the planet, and we've come all. We come over here, and with rock and roll. There's so many areas where we see the similarities between why we've always had a Black Dog on our back and with us, by our side the whole time, pushing us, relentless, driving us to do more and more and go. And that's how rock and roll is. Rock and roll in this world to stay alive, to fight all the decibel limit laws and all the bullshit that comes with it. You've really got to back it, and Black Dog Barking for us, that's the dog, and it's barking and it's coming. And the album cover art, that's the design. It's like that you have. I'll grab it. Just that's what the last thing you see before rock and roll rips your head off. That's kind of that was kind of the thought behind that. But around them fucking you gone. Yeah.
That's it. Yep. That's the edge, and you're gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, we've seen the album referred to by those who've heard it so far as a real rock album like we haven't seen in decades, and a classic rock record. So that's something that you would identify with it.
That's great.
That's good to hear. Yeah,
that's good to hear.
Well, that's what we set out to do. We we love the last 2 albums. They are Airbourne. They're as Airbourne as you could ever get.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But this album had to be a game changer.
Yeah.
It had to be a definitive, undeniable, every track.
Yeah.
The best way I describe it, though, is you've got a couple of mates coming around, you've got the nibblies, you've got your beers, they're about to walk in the door.
Nibblies.
Fuck, where's the music? Throw Black Dog Barking on, and you've got to go
and lose your mind.
Lose your mind.
Just fucking go out of your brain.
Yeah. That's it. it defines it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So how many tracks are we going to see on Black Dog Barking?
10 strong.
Our favourite album's always had 10 tracks, and we always think that's a classic. And when we wrote this album, we designed it for vinyl. There's side A and there's side B.
Yes.
It's a legitimate. It was a decision made back when we started recording, and then there's a song on this called the first single, "Live It Up," which has an intro to it that will intro side B.
Yeah.
And Ready to Rock will open the album. We have a whole
and Black
plan
Dog Barking
about this.
will end the album with its.
Well, we've never been a band that wanted to release an album with 2 good songs and a bunch of shit ones. We've never been that way, and in this one we've really made sure every single song has earned its place.
Yeah.
Out of 40 songs, down to 10, they had to earn their spot. And vinyl, side A, side B, and that's kind of the way we thought about it.
Yeah.
So that's the way it's going to. And you recorded Black Dog Barking, as you said earlier, at Armory Studios.
Yep.
So do you feel that really added to the essence?
Absolutely. So you walk out the door, right? This is giving an example. So at the Armory, you've got the control room, and every time you leave the control room and take a piss, go have a bite to eat, or go in to do your take, the 2 things you see, well, you actually see the plaque for Razor's Edge, and then the other thing you see is the plaque for Aerosmith Pump.
Yeah.
So every time you look at that, you always go, oh wow, I can't believe I'm in this place. It's such an amazing place to be. It's such an honour. And then you think, don't disrespect it. Fucking make a record that could sit next to that. And when you put that bar, when you raise that bar that high, that's when you go 7 days a week and you don't sleep and you just keep relentlessly at this album to make it in your mind, and to the producer who's the same as us, and like every now and then someone would come to the studio and they'd listen to something we work and they go, holy fuck.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy coming in and goes, those drums sound like Pump. I'm going, fucking oath they do.
Fucking oath they do. And so you've got those things on the board there and on the wall, and it reminds you every day. It's kind of like we really were in our own world. We came out and people go, they said something, we're like, oh yeah, Obama's still the president, and we go, yeah, of course he's, what do you mean? And they go, he's been re-elected. And we went, oh, there was an election? And then it was like, we went undercover, and there was a whole, the world's going to end 2012. We come out going, fuck, it looks like the world didn't end it. We wouldn't have known because we were fucking, we were fucking.
You wouldn't have heard it.
No, we wouldn't have. We would have just been rocking out and... but that's kind of we really went dark into a world on this one. Yeah. Just the producer, the engineer, and the band, really. Yeah.
Which ties into the story that we heard about, that you blew a speaker.
Yeah, we actually blew that speaker. It's never been blown there before.
For he said 20 years that
the left speaker.
They've never ever blown
ever. Right. And so we blew, and we also blew 2 down in LA when we were tracking.
Always the left speaker.
It's always the left. Two left tweeters down there.
So anyone who blows
and
their
also
left
the
speaker?
sub. And down they had down there. So if you blow your left speaker, it means.
It's good. It's good. It's going to cost you a bit. This is bad.
Yeah, you're rocking it right.
Yeah. You're doing it right. And you mentioned Aerosmith earlier, and following in Aerosmith's footsteps as well, you've had a song chosen for a roller coaster.
Yes. Yeah, we have. There we go. I mean, that's what we thought when they said, because they actually, we tracked a version of that song like 2 days before those guys walked into our A&R's guy's office, which is Dave Rath in New York for Roadrunner Records and Atlantic. And basically they walked in and just came in and just said, do you have a song? We need something for a roller coaster. We're thinking this. And he went, you know what? I just got a song in from my band Airbourne who's doing some tracking down there in LA. So basically he came in and he played them the song, and they just went, oh, this is the song. They were jumping around. They were high-fiving. And Rath, rang us up and said, is it all right if we use this? It's not, fully, mastered or anything, but can we put it on a roller coaster? And we said, they're going to change. He said, no, just one on the roller coaster. I said, okay, what sort of roller coaster is it? And he goes, it's the tallest, fastest. It's the first thing to do a big loop and then go back over the loop. Yeah. So it's pretty insane. So and then we just said, Aerosmith's got a roller coaster. Aero, Airbourne, it all goes with roller coasters at the end of the day. It's there it is, So and fuck, we get to go on the roller coaster for free. So I thought about having a bottle of Jack and just going over the loop doing big swills.
It's got to be done. We'll film that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We'll do that definitely. While you've been off the road recording that, have you had a chance to catch any bands live yourself, or have you been?
Yeah, Kiss.
Kiss. Actually went and seen Kiss, and I seen them in Melbourne actually. and Jesus Christ, they are really on fire. I could not believe, because we played with them on a few festivals, and it was a good show. Like I was like, oh yeah, they're still a good band. But when I seen them in Melbourne recently, I don't know. It's like they've just gone back to when they were 20 years of age or something. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just a magic show, but fuck me, I'll never forget it. It was a really great Kiss concert.
We had during the album making. We through the 3 months we worked all weekends. We took Christmas off. We went through Christmas, went through New Year's Eve, Christmas. Yep. We had one day off. Yep. And that was spent at Rhino Bucket.
Went down to see Rhino Bucket, and we were down the front, we were rocking out. It was so much fun. And we love those guys. I know all the words to all their songs, and it's just so great.
I think another one, actually, it's not exactly a band, but when we were interviewing producers for the record, we went through to Vegas. We saw David Copperfield.
We went and saw Copperfield at the MGM Grand, which is was an eye-opener. And he's a funny guy.
Yeah, he's actually really funny.
He's a sleazy, funny guy.
Yeah.
Pinching girls on the bum in the middle of like magic tricks and that. And you wouldn't. I mean, I didn't know what to expect. I mean,
he's taking the piss out of himself. Like,
he actually takes the piss out.
He played this video and then he'd go. Like, there's this whole thing.
And then they bring the fan out and he's
dangling over these spikes.
Do a big sort of thing.
He's dangling over these spikes. He shows this whole video and it's like, and all this stuff with the rope and it's burning. And then he showed this whole video and he comes back and goes, scariest part of that video was the haircut. But anyway,
he's got this full-on mullet in the breeze.
Oh yeah,
he's a real funny guy.
He's good.
And one of the songs on the album is inspired by those Lost Days in Vegas.
Lost Days in Vegas, Animalised. They weren't fully lost. We met a guy out there by the name of Kevin Churko. He's a producer. He's worked with Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah. He's actually done stuff with Slash too on the first record he just did.
And because we were interviewing him, we thought, let's see what happens if we work together. He's a great producer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we threw the vocal line down just for the verses, we were so dry and hungover after 3 days that we couldn't top the vocal when we were tracking the album.
We actually didn't bother. We actually just said, you know what, we're not even going to fuck with this. We just went and, I think Brian rang Kevin and Kevin was like, hell yeah, that's awesome, So then it's off the demo.
Mm-hmm.
The vocal on Animalised is actually off the demo. It's on the album because it was in the moment.
It's dry as fuck.
We were just like, it was so dry out in Vegas. And it's just all like, I remember when I was there doing it with Kevin and that, and we were just all like, we were pretty hungover, and it was just fucking like, and we got to LA to do the album. We're going, is there any way we can just sort of take that and put it in, and we did, and we worked, and we were like, fucking great. We got a piece of Vegas on the album, so it was good.
That's it. Brilliant. That's great. So the question that everybody wants us to ask: when can we expect to see you back in the UK after Donington?
It's November,
December.
We're doing a headline run of shows, and they're looking at that now. Like, it's being put together. Rad's doing all that. Rad's our agent.
We'd definitely be coming. Around that. Maybe November, September. Yeah, definitely.
Somewhere at the end
and he's busy doing all that now, and he wants to make it a real kick-ass tour, and he's very good at what he does, and so I'm sure we'll get to everywhere we can, and we just can't wait to come back and play some of those places here. It's so much fun playing in the UK. It's really a great time, and the last time we were here, we were with Iron Maiden, and fuck me, they are just the greatest band.
Still my favourite tour.
And we're going to see them I think there's a Sonosphere, and are they at Donington as well?
They're at Donington, aren't
they? So I mean, it's going to be a real great to see them. I get goosebumps when I watch them. I just fucking love Maiden. It's great.
It's going to be awesome. Yeah, brilliant. Well, thanks very much.
No worries.
We'll see you at Donington.
We'll see you there.
The UK tour. Thank you.
Cheers. Take care. Yeah.